Hey everybody, this is Justin Banks. I am a bit too ambitious today. Not only am I trying to find a perfect sauce, but I put down 3 different types of ribs today. So I bought an assortment of ribs. Actually, this came from one package that I bought at Aldi. They called it shell ripping. And I tried to look up on different sources. What is this? What is this compared to as far as American ribs? And basically, they told me it could be anything. And it depends on the butcher. I got this from Aldi. Now, from what it looks like to me, is basically after they have cut up and processed the ribs, whatever they had left over from all the pretty pieces or whatever, they just put it here. And so this is the only piece where it's like, okay, this could be traditional rib. And then the rest of these pieces are almost like the top, where I think after they process St. Louis style cut, this is what you have left over, right? So it's not necessary. I feel a rib there. I feel a rib here. But look at all this meat cow. This is actually what you would consider you'll cut off, and maybe I'll turn to burnt ends or something. So I'm gonna process that separately and have this piece of meat. And then I have a lot of that. Oh, this is I can actually use as some ribs right here. Maybe like a St. Louis style cut, I don't know. But it's the rest of after what they had processed. Which means when I put this on the grill, I'm going to have to monitor these cuts of meat differently to see how they come out. They will not come out at the same time because they're different cuts. Now let's see, I need to take this more fat off right here. I took a lot of fat off already. I trimmed it as best as possible. But I see that I gotta do a little bit more. I didn't do a good job. But I'm gonna have to monitor these meats separately. Was it a good thing to buy for someone that is just now learning how to cook? Oh man, we're gonna have to find out. But I'm willing to give it a try. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm cooking all low and slow. We'll see how it comes out. Like I said, these are gonna be my 2 main pieces that I'm gonna put spices on to see, okay, did I do this correctly? These other ones, man, I'm just, look at this fat that I need to trim off. Once I trim this fat off, like I said, I'm gonna put this on here. I bet this would turn into some delicious burnt ends. Cause this is a nice piece of meat right here. This is a nice piece of meat. So I'm pretty sure I can turn into some burnt ends. Man, you know what? Hey, in America, they learn how to cook a whole pork, a whole pig. Now I'm pretty sure other people, when you roast a whole pig, you don't throw anything away. I'm not gonna let this go to waste. I'm gonna turn it into something special, at least I hope. And we'll see how it tastes when I'm all said and done. As you can tell, I got the grill already started up. I'm not gonna mess around with that. Alright, so I have 4 different types of style of ribs on the grill. This one I got from a cookbook that I downloaded from Amazon. These are Memphis barbecue ribs. I will tell you about them in a second. These are jerk rub ribs. They're going to be, there's another form of oven baked ribs, but I'm going to use a Coca-Cola type sauce. And these, I use the pre-made Cajun style seasoning on these. Everything else though, this came from a recipe, that came from a recipe, and this one came from a totally different recipe, and I'll talk about that in a second, but because I need to close this grill. All right, let's put it on there. All right, so I did 3 different types of ribs. Now, you may ask, why am I being so ambitious? I'm gonna tell you why. I am trying to find the flavor that I love, that I've been looking for since I left America. And unfortunately, I just haven't found it yet. Oh, too windy. So my idea was that I am going to try as many recipes as possible. when I try to find American style barbecue here in Germany so far, I have not found the flavor that I'm looking for. Now, when people say American style barbecue, I always ask them, what kind are you making? And they look at me strange, like, what do you mean, what kind? It's American style. No, no, no. And I have to point out to them, okay, when you say American style barbecue, it's like me saying that I'm drinking German beer. And you might look at me like, well, what does that mean? Am I drinking Kirsch that's from Cologne? Am I drinking, I think it's Out from Dusseldorf? And just being living in between those two cities, I know there's a huge debate, right? Or am I drinking the type of beer they drink in Bavaria? Or am I drinking the type of beer that they drink in Hamburg? I can't tell you the names, I don't drink beer. But I do know in Cologne, for instance, if you are drinking Kirsch, there's like actually 20 different type of breweries in Cologne itself, right? So when someone say, well, what kind? That's what I'm talking about. Now, if you look at the map of barbecue in America, every state probably has their own version, but if you look at the map, there are a few places that really, really stand out. You have South Carolina, which is on the East Coast. It's more of a vinegar based. And then you have Texas style barbecue, mainly it's beef, the brisket. You have Kansas City style barbecue or St. Louis style, which if you even go to the stores here, they say St. Louis style cut ribs. Then you have Memphis style barbecue, which is very, very famous from Tennessee. And in the middle of Tennessee, uh, Missouri, and Texas is the state of Arkansas, which is being influenced by all of those versions, right? Now, me being closer to the Texas border, maybe it's the Texas border the style that I'm looking for. I'm not sure. I have chosen today to use the Memphis style barbecue that I got from this cookbook online. As a matter of fact, this guy, he has a 6-book series. I will point it out here, but he has a Memphis style cookbook. He has a Texas style cookbook, a Kansas City style cookbook, or I think it just says Missouri. Then he has a Georgia cookbook and a South Carolina cookbook. So he actually divided up all of his cookbooks, and it has a Hawaiian version to reference these types of grilling style. I started off the first one with Memphis because for some reason I feel like that's the taste that I'm going for. Now, the other styles that I'm using come from a book called, I'm using a pre-made Cajun style seasoning that I got from Buc-ee's in America. And I'm just going to use generic barbecue sauce that I can get from Aldi or somewhere else. I've multiple barbecue sauces already made. But then I'm using 2 other recipes that came from this cookbook right here. It's called Jubilee. This is made up of a lot of African American recipes that someone decided, this person, Tony Tipton Martin, decided to put in his cookbook. This person is a James Beard Award winning baker, cuisine maker. And I have used a lot of recipes in this book, and everything so far has tasted very similar to the recipes that I know from America. Now, the 2 versions of ribs they have in this book is one with a Coca-Cola based sauce, and the other one is a jerk rub. Like anyone knows about jerk chicken, these 2 styles of recipes, now I already know these 2 flavors are not going to be the taste that I'm looking for. But as we all know, sometimes what you're looking for may not be exactly what you're trying to find. These 2 recipes could be way better than what I'm looking for. And like I said, I trust this cookbook. I know that their recipes will taste good. And the main point is that I can use it as a base, right? All of these recipes that I'm using today will be a base to where I will use their version, and then over time I will sprinkle in my own flavor. But I'm trying to find that base recipe that I can use from. If these 3 do not, I expect these 3 to taste well, and also the pre-made one. I'll expect them to taste good. Would it be the sauce I'm looking for? Would it be the version I think that will fit for the people here in Germany? I'm not sure. The jerk rub recipe, for example, I think it might be too spicy for my German friends and family. It might be delicious to me, but it might be too spicy. So that's the other factor that I have to put into it. Will this also be something that they will enjoy eating? The next time I think I'm going to try a recipe from the Texas cookbook, but I have a special one coming from. I found the cookbook on Amazon, the Kindle version, for less than €2. But the great thing about it is from a grill master, a pit master that I have seen on Netflix. He's a James Beard Award winning grill master. And I already know his Texas style barbecue will be delicious. I would once I make that recipe and make a YouTube video about it, I will point it out to you because right now the book is on Amazon. It's for a really great deal. It's they basically giving it away. But with that being said, let's just focus on today's 3 recipes and let's just see how they taste. Now, someone asked me, Justin, can you describe the taste that you're trying to get? You know what, I can. I couldn't tell you. I would just know once I finally get it. I can't tell you if it has, I don't know, vinegar in it. I don't know if it has anything in it, but you know I'm going to try. I'm going to try until I get it right. Man, but I can't wait. I already made one mistake, but I corrected it. For some reason, the coals did not act like they should have been acting. That means that I'm still having the same issue, always controlling the temperature, but I got it back right. That's the thing, I didn't panic. I figured out that I did not set the coals up as well as I should. Got to set it up, now the temperature is perfect. And it should stay like that until the end and be turned out right. So it's going to take a little bit longer to get them right. But that's okay. I'm ready for that. So here are the end final products. These two are the Memphis style with the barbecue. Got the brown sugar, got too hot on this one, but look at that one. These are the Jack Rub seasoning. And these two are the Coca-Cola barbecue sauce. I could not get the sauce to thicken up to like I should. Like I said, I'm a rookie. The first thing I need to point out is that these are all different cuts of meat, so can't hold it against them. For aesthetic purposes, this one looks the best. This one just has more crust on it, but it's probably still very good. This one also has a pretty nice bark on it. That's from the Jerk Rub that's on it. Let's just see how they taste. All right, let's see. This one is the barbecue rub. I mean, this one is the Coca-Cola rub seasoning, barbecue sauce. Nice flavor. I can handle that. A little bit too salty. This is the jerk seasoning. Great flavor. And because I left out the Scotch bonnet, it's not too spicy. This might be a winner. Now for the one that I was actually looking forward to the most, I think Memphis might be the style I'm looking for. Sweet. Oh, I like that. Oh. So far, I think Memphis might be the one. That's delicious. I think I have a winner. So delicious. Well, quite disappointed. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. The ribs were terrible. I had them on the grill for over 6 hours, and they were just, at the end, it was just cartilage. I would never buy those shell ribchin again. Those are basically soup bones. Oh, man. But on the positive side, I found the flavor that I really enjoyed. Um, the Memphis barbecue style was really, really good. It was delicious. The Coca-Cola sauce, once again, it was a failure. It never thickened up the way I wanted it to, or the way it should have, but it was pretty good. The jerk rub seasoning, I put in a bit too much salt. Um, it did not come out as well as I would like it to come out to. Um, the actual marinade or the stuff that I put on the ribs, that was pretty good. I could do that again. So maybe I don't put the dry rub on it first. The meat did not suck up the dry rub like it should have. Maybe I should have let it soak up overnight. Maybe I put too much on. But I think the problem was I put way too much salt. I don't like salty things. And even though I think I followed the recipe 100% correctly, it just, yeah, sometimes you do things, you think you're doing it right, it just doesn't add up. But I would never buy those shell of ribs and things again. Those are soup bones. Those were, like I said, those were just the leftovers. Very disappointed. Hey, let's try. Next time I get the correct ribs, I won't be cheap. I won't experiment. I won't be too ambitious. I will stick with what I know, and I will try a different style. I'm gonna go with the Texas style next time, and the South Carolina style, and let's see which one is the best. But right now, the Memphis one was on point. It was when I was just sucking on the bone, the cartilage. It was mouthwatering. I wanted to dance. Next time I probably will, because every time I do it, I'm just gonna get better. I'm just gonna get better, right? 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Let's get there.